Hi guys, I'm Shane Snipes. You're watching Sustainable 1000. It's Shane, and I'm going on 1,000 interviews across 48 states in 222 days. And my guest is right here, sitting next to me. So you thought I was all alone, didn't you? By myself again, but no, I'm not by myself in my car or finding people to do ride shares with. By the way, if you are in Minneapolis and you are heading toward Eau Claire, Eau Claire, let me know because maybe I can give you a ride that direction. I love to do ride shares when I'm traveling around the country. It's just another way for me to be sustainable and cut my carbon footprint in half right away, in my car at least. So look forward to that. I'm talking here with Julia. She is from the Green Institute, and she's the program manager slash director slash Uber guru of the community energy program that's here. Now she's really excited about her new title I just bestowed upon her. She had no idea that she was, all this time, she was royalty and a guru at the same time. We're here chatting about energy, we're chatting about community, we're talking about Minneapolis, Minnesota, and you guys have sent me a bunch of questions on those areas. So let me go into one of them right out of the gates here and see if I can stump Julia. My goal is to stump Julia. Alright, so first question is from Yania. Yania, thanks so much for sending us your question. It looks like you're contacting me from Maryland. And thanks for sharing those few pictures as well about what you're doing there with your energy stuff. They're on your campus. I can't tell which campus it is because you didn't write that, but maybe you'll tweet me later. So Yania's question is, how do you utilize other community organizations in your work and getting people to be involved in energy programs?
It's a great question. Our work is all about partnership. Our organization is the program that I work for is actually a partnership between a couple different organizations around the state. So we are all about working with other groups to make our work more effective. Particularly when we're trying to recruit communities to participate in some of our programs, we really need to utilize those local networks. So to tap into neighborhood organizations and church groups and school groups, we use those networks a lot to engage communities. So to look at what networks already exist in a community and to tap into that to hopefully get people engaged and interested in this energy issue, to help to identify what the energy issues are in their community and help to design a project or a campaign around that.
Sure. Jerome had a follow-up question saying, based on what you were just talking about, do you ever find organizations that are just mean and don't want anything to do with energy savings?
Well, what we try, we say that energy can be a really political issue and people can definitely get defensive around that. So we try to provide non-political solutions to this energy issue. We're not a lobbying organization. We're an organization that's focused on projects and solutions. So the idea is to, we all use energy. We're all having an impact through that. And so how can we looking for alternatives for that or ways to reduce our energy usage?
See, she's so much smarter than I am. That's why I'm not answering any of these questions, guys. And no comment from the peanut gallery, from our social peanut gallery. Theo has a question as well. His question comes from Phoenix, Arizona, and his question is, in Minnesota, what's the greenest thing that you have in your city?
Well, I was pointing out we're a really great biking city, and we're really proud of that and trying to promote that a lot more. So Minneapolis was recently named the #1 biking city in the country by Bicycling Magazine. So we've got a great network of bike trails. We've got a ton of year-round commuters, even though it gets freezing in Minnesota in the wintertime, but we've got people who are really committed to biking, and we're working to really make the Twin Cities a lot more accessible to bikers. While you're here, you should try we just started a bike sharing program called Nice Ride. So it's the largest bike sharing program in the country, I believe. We're pretty close to one in Boulder, Denver. And so it's green bikes. There's thousands of them all around town, especially in downtown and near the University of Minnesota campus. But you can pay, if you're here for a day, you can pay $5 and have use of these bikes for 24 hours. And there's a bunch of kiosks where you can check them in and out of.
Cool, guys. I can't wait to do that. I'll do a live broadcast from the bike little spot, so you guys will know about that if you're ever coming to visit Minnesota. That'll be really fun, for sure. And I had another question about the smell in the air. Is that coffee?
Yeah. So we're really proud here in our building to house Peace Coffee, which is a local organic fair trade coffee company. They're owned by a local nonprofit, and they roast their coffee right here in our building. So we've got their roaster chimney stack things here. So the smell of roasting coffee is always in the air here at the Green Institute, which is nice.
I was like, okay, I didn't have any coffee this morning. I'm doing good. Everything's fine. And then I thought there was some psychological thing happening to me, and I was being overrun by like the smell of coffee in the air, even when it wasn't there.
No, it's really in the air. Yeah, it's okay. It's real.
That's awesome. So glad to see that, because otherwise I would be really upset right now and looking for my medication. Aaron has a question, and his question is further down here because it looks like I didn't see it. Okay, Aaron. So one of the things I find is when I work with counties and city governments that it takes a long time to get things done. Is that true with you?
I think it can be a challenge. We definitely partner a lot with city and county governments. We're actually part of a partnership called Green Step Cities here in Minnesota, which is a set of voluntary best practices for cities to adopt to make their cities more sustainable. And I think we often find some skepticism at the city level in terms of what is this initiative about? How much is it going to cost us? Is it going to be a lasting thing? Is it going to be more work for our city? But I think that citizens are really interested in seeing their cities address sustainability issues. So it can be a process to work with some of the bureaucracy of those city and county governments, but they're really important partnerships for us, for sure. I don't want to say anything get myself in trouble by saying anything bad about city and county governments. But it's important stakeholders to engage when we're trying to sort of make our cities and our counties on a higher level more sustainable.
And a follow-up question to that from me, because I always like to scoop the story. Who's the least helpful city person that you have?
Right. I'll just name a name. No. No comment.
No one will do that. I don't know how. I have to figure out some more sly way to ask that question to get people to indirectly give accountability to those folks who may be causing issues, especially in this election year. It could be one of those turning things. But let's do a quick little swivel here. You guys will see mobile video work in action. First thing you'll notice is right directly behind us is downtown Minneapolis. And now I asked Julia what I asked her before to try to figure out. What is your favorite building down there?
I'm not an expert on the Minneapolis skyline. I can see City Hall, which is the brown clock tower there with the green thing on top. That's City Hall, pretty sure. The IDS tower is down there somewhere. Wells Fargo and Target, I think, both have some of those taller buildings. I think the IDS tower is the one with the things, the tallest one there, the silver one with the power lots.
All right, so tell me this part. What's your favorite thing to do when you go downtown that might be sustainable?
Well, our downtown is right on the Mississippi River, which makes it really pretty. So there's a great historic kind of area where some of the mills used to be. So Minneapolis sometimes is called Mill City because we grew a lot of wheat and we, milled flour in downtown. So that area, actually, tomorrow the Mill City Farmers Market happens right down there, which is in what used to be part of one of those old mills. So that's a really great experience to go down to that farmers market. A lot of local, both farmers and other types of food producers and artists are vendors at that market. And it's right by the Stone Arch Bridge, which is a really great, it's not a car bridge, it's just for pedestrians and bikers, and it's a great way to see the river. There's a hydro plant down there too, so that engages some energy issues too. That's pretty interesting. So that's probably my favorite part of downtown. And there's some great bike lanes down there too. You can take out a nice ride, go to the farmers market.
Gonna get that bike tomorrow. Gonna go to the farmer's market. You guys are gonna have a full day of excitement. Assuming it doesn't rain. I don't know. Is it supposed to rain tomorrow? Alright. Someone tweet me and tell me whether it's supposed to rain here in Minneapolis, since you're probably online. I can't be right now. Kevin has one last question, and this relates to the question that I ask everyone that I come in contact with when I'm traveling around the country doing these 1,000 interviews. And that question is, what is sustainability for you, Julia of the Green Institute?
I should have thought about this one before, given your title. I guess, yeah, it's considering the impact of all our actions as individuals in our daily lives. So thinking about the food we eat and the way that we get around and the energy that we use, the things that we buy, and thinking about the long-term impacts of all those things and how to make the most sustainable choices in terms of where those things come from, how they're produced, what the long-term environmental impact is. Yeah, making good sustainable choices.
Nice. There we go. Straight from the guru of energy here in Minneapolis. It's been great having you on the show with me today, Julia. You are, of course, another bright spot in my journey, because every time I get around folks who are working in this area, I get inspired. So thanks for being an inspiration. And we'll be back maybe in a few minutes from downtown, if I get a chance to pop by there and show you guys that piece of it. In the meantime, make sure you go by the Green Institute and chat with them, leave them emails, send them nice notes, do any number of things in that space. And once again, I'll let her sign off with her own customizable sign-off phrase, and then with the website, so she can say whatever she wants to inspire you, our wonderful audience.
Thanks for having me from here in South Minneapolis. Be sure to check out both the Green Institute website, which is www.greeninstitute.org, and the Clean Energy Resource Team. So that's cleanenergyresourceteams.org. And yeah, keep making good choices. Come visit.